Hi everyone, welcome to my channel, and in this new series of videos, we'll be breaking down the Rift meta one node at a time. As the title says, this video is dedicated to Plot Twisted, a strong water element natural diamond squiggly that has been in the Rift meta for months. Her insane synergy with the ever popular Frost Armor and the squiggly specific catalyst, Return to Sender, gives her increased durability and resurrection that makes it difficult to take her down in one attempt. And let's not forget the fact that she has her own inherent resurrection skill, while also gaining a massive damage boost with 5 stacks of thorns to punish you for killing her the first time around. Oh, and did I mention that RTS and Plot Twisted works in sync? Yep, that means killing her the first time around will resurrect her with 5 debuffs, and those debuffs are going to be transferred to you. And if you've faced Plot Twisted before, you'll know that her common partners are Dead of Winter and Immortal Fiber. Dead of Winter is used mostly as a great stall partner with her continuous resurrection ability that synergizes well with the 2 catalysts for being another water element squiggly. And then we have Immortal Fiber, an all-around defensive staple with a very deadly on-death skill. 3 of these defenders combined already makes for a pretty tough node, but some mad lads went the whole way and put 3 Plot Twisted together in a single node. If you're watching this and you're thinking, how the hell do I beat that? Well, fret not, because I have been compiling various strategies that top players have used to defeat these nodes. I must warn you though, that these players are veterans and are most likely equipped with a set of at least level 12 moves for maximum damage output. Let's begin. First up, we have Angel with Xbot. For those of you who thought Xbot was trash, this footage is going to force you to take back those words. Xbot specializes in keeping distance from the opponent to gain various benefits such as health, barrier, precision, while also inflicting deathmark to the opponent. The gameplay is absolutely amazing. You keep your distance by dashing attack and firing up your laser beams, which are projectiles from your corner of the stage. With Harley Quinn and Pea Shooter's support, these beams have boosted damage and inflicts armor break to counter Frost Armor. The combination of Deathmark and Armor Break with Precision significantly boosts Xbot's damage to insane levels. Precision also ensures that you don't trigger Plot Twisted's resurrection ability, while Barrier and Health keeps your health high for maximum HP points. In only a minute, the enemies are all taken down and Xbot reigns supreme. Next up, we have Matsuru with the ultimate cheese machine, Neuromancer. With a ridiculous skill that allows her to easily charge up unblockable blockbusters and inflict damage to opponents in the bench, Neuromancer can cheese through this node given enough investment in attack, piercing, and support from Surgeon General for immunity regen, and Sketchy to counter Frost Armor via Curse. The gameplay is simple. You'll want to deal a lot of damage while the Curse is up, either through the unblockable blockbuster or through several pinion dashes. You'll definitely want to equip an Htiek to kick out the opponent when the curse expires or when their health is very low to kill them off in the bench and prevent any resurrection. The final move slot is reserved for Painwheel's 5-hit projectile that can fully charge up the blockbuster in a single use. This is probably the easiest method to deal with Plot Twisted. Next is LemonJelly with one of the best fighters for buff control, Standout. Standout has 3 primary ways to deal with buffs: through her own signature ability that absorbs them, preventing buffs via Curse from Segment Bite, and through Chaos Banish that simply removes them altogether. The combination of these 3 options allows Standout to easily deal with buff-heavy fighters, including Plot Twisted. Unlike the 2 previous examples, Standout is an Eliza which lacks raw power to deal with them swiftly, and thus, it is highly recommended to invest in attack and piercing for maximizing damage output. LordOozy also recommends accuracy to increase the chance for her signature ability to activate. Another point to highlight is Standout's recovery ability, which is useful to sustain her in fights and maximize the amount of HP points gained. Regardless, it's always a good idea to equip Surgeon General in the back for periodical health and, most importantly, immunity, which Standout lacks. For the fourth fighter, we have Somersault, piloted by Randomizer. Somersault is one of the best offensive fighters due to her innate buff removal ability and the utility that Parasol has, which includes immunity taunt and an on-demand precision. Similar to Xbot, Somersault has access to precision to prevent on-death abilities of both Plot Twisted and Immortal Fiber, which is a common defensive partner. Unlike the other fighters, she doesn't need as much support in the bench, although a Surgeon General is always recommended to regain health back. With her low number of hits and massive damage output from critical mass, you can count on Somersault to sweep through most teams easily. However, playing Parasol does require some skill to use, and knowing how to intercept, time your taunts, and maximizing the amount of tiers in the field through grabs and dash attacks is critical to her success. The next clip is the same fighter, Somersault, that is piloted by Kevin Pepino. I wanted to include this one because Kevin uses a slightly different moveset which leads to a different playstyle than Randomizer. Instead of relying on taunts for immunity and precision, Kevin relies on Somersault's secondary signature ability to clear all debuffs and gain precision when tiers are detonated. This is achieved through a charge attack or napalm trigger and is accompanied by a napalm shower to ensure multiple tiers are always in the field. It's the first time I've seen anyone using Somersault's other signature ability, so I'd like to give thanks to Kevin for this awesome clip, and I hope you enjoy watching it as much as I do. All of these fighters so far have been natural diamond tier fighters which may not be accessible to some of you, so now we're gonna highlight budget options that you can use instead. First up is Bad Hair Day, the ultimate bleeder by Keith. The strategy for this is very simple. You'd use Bad Hair Day to inflict and will down as much HP as possible through bleed. Bad Hair Day's low base attack makes her suitable for this, as it means less reflect damage from frost armor. You'd have to be very careful though, since Bad Hair Day is super frail and a slight mistake can kill her. You will then want to bring a secondary fighter to finish off the opponent. Keith here uses Brain Freeze, but you can substitute her for other fighters. One thing to note is that Return to Sender will definitely activate due to the bleed, and you'll have to time it very precisely to avoid any debuff transfer by killing the opponent when immunity from Surgeon General is on. Alright, if you're not convinced with using a natural bronze tiered fighter, here's another Bad Hair Day clip by Seyoga that uses Standout as a secondary fighter instead. I've mentioned how Standout will need some investment in attack and piercing to deal some damage, so if your moves and damage aren't quite there yet, consider bringing a Bad Hair Day to shave off their HP easily. One thing worth noting is that Bad Hair Day strategies work decently, but it requires a significant amount of time to clear the node, so you're going to be losing out on a significant chunk of time points. But hey, it's better than losing, right? Next is another clip by Keith using Dopelicious to inflict a huge bunch of debuffs from her marquee ability, Chaos. While this works, it is highly dependent on RNG, as you need time to transmute into the correct element and then pray that you inflict either Curse or Armor Break to get rid of the armor and prevent reflect damage. As seen from this clip, this is a very risky solution and can be disastrous if you make a single mistake. Furthermore, you will need to invest in as much crit rate as possible to maximize the number of debuffs you can inflict in a single combo. Even with Keith playing this perfectly, he's still missing out on a lot of time points due to RNG. Hence, it is recommended to only use this solution as a last resort when no other solutions are available. The last clip is also another clip by Keith that uses Toad Warrior with Sketchy support. The gameplay is similar to Matsuru's solution using Neuromancer. You use an Htiek and Sketchy to inflict Curse on Plot Twisted and brute force your way to deal a significant amount of damage. While theoretically any Cerebella with high base stats can work, Toad Warrior is better suited for being an air element, which gives her bonus damage on top of her own signature ability that gives an additional 50%. This is the reason why Toad Warrior is able to deal a significant amount of damage, even though she's only a silver. Unlike Neuromancer that can kill and prevent Plot Twisted's resurrection in the bench, Toad has no way to avoid that debuff transfer and will have to rely completely on Surgeon General's immunity, which requires some precise timing. Alright, we have now reached the end. I'd like to give a massive thank you to everyone who has agreed to participate in this little project of mine. These people have contributed in some form or another, whether that's through sharing their own video clips or through some advice and discussion about the subject. Also, these top players have social media accounts and their own YouTube channels, so I highly recommend you guys to check it out and give them a sub. Links are down below in the description. Anyway, thanks for watching and have a great day.